In today's lesson, we're going to have a look at sorting data using Venn diagrams and two-way tables. On the screen, we're given a Venn diagram and we're asked to sort the numbers into whether they're odd or more than 30. There are four sections to our Venn diagram. Firstly, the bit in the middle. They're for all of the numbers that are both odd and more than 30. If we have a number that is only odd but not more than 30, it should go on the left hand side. If we have a number that is only more than 30 but isn't odd, it should go on the right, and any other numbers should go on the outside of our Venn diagram. So let's have a go at sorting the numbers that are down the bottom. Firstly, 23. 23 is an odd number, but it's not more than 30, so I'll put it in the left hand side. 21 again is odd but not more than 30, so it needs to go on the left hand side. 75 is odd and it's more than 30, so because it's both of them, it should go in the middle. The number 67 is odd and it's more than 30, so I put it in the middle. 95 is odd and it's more than 30, so it should go in the middle again. 35 is odd and it's more than 30, so I put it in the middle. The number 5 is odd but it's not more than 30, so I need to put it in the left hand side. The number 30 isn't odd and it's also not more than 30. It's equal to 30 but it's not more than 30, therefore I need to put it on the outside. The number 97 is odd and it's more than 30, so it goes in the middle. And lastly, the number 76. 76 is even, so it's not odd, but it is more than 30, therefore I put it in the right hand side. We can check to see that all of these are correct. Your first task is to complete the 4 Venn diagrams that are being shown on the screen right now. For each Venn diagram, you need to put the numbers from 1 to 15 into the correct sections. If you prefer, there's a worksheet that you can print off to complete this task, or you can simply copy the Venn diagrams onto a bit of paper or your maths book. Please pause the video now and have a go at these questions. Once you've done, you can check your answers against the solutions that are posted onto Show My Homework in the Resources to Help You section. In this second part of the video, we're going to look at completing and interpreting two-way tables. Two-way tables give us a way of representing data when there's two different variables. In the example that's being displayed on the screen, one variable is the gender of the student, and the second variable is the type of study that the student chose. You need to be careful when completing a two-way table. Sometimes there's bits of information that you can't complete straight away. In our example, we can't actually find men who did humanities or men who did arts until we have some of the other bits of information completed. Let's have a look at how we could complete this two-way table. Starting at the top, I know that the total for the amount of women is 73. I also know that 28 women did sciences and 25 did art. That means the remaining amount did humanities. If I subtract 28 and 25 away from 73, I'm left with 20 women. That means that 20 did humanities. Next, if I have a look at the left hand side at people who did sciences, I know that there was 41 people in total who chose that. 28 of these were women, so if I take 28 away from 41, that means that there's 13 left over that were men. Doing the same thing for humanities, I can see that 57 people chose this in total and 20 were women. So taking 20 away from 57, I get 37 males who did humanities. Again, if I look at the total, I know that there was 153 people in total, 73 of which were women. If I take 73 away from 53, I get 80, which means that there were 80 men in total. At this point, there's a couple of different ways that we can complete our table. I'm going to start off by looking at the total row at the bottom. I know that there was 153 in total, 41 of these did a science, 57 chose humanities, and if I take 41 and 57 away from 153, I'm left with 55. That means that 55 students chose to do an art. Lastly, to find the number of men who did art, I can take the total number of people that chose this, which is 55, and subtract 25 from it. That's the number of women who chose art. 55 take away 25 leaves me with 30, meaning 30 men chose an art in total. Once you've completed your two-way table, you may be asked to interpret it and answer some questions. There are 3 examples of this at the bottom. The first question asks how many science students are there. If I look in the science column, I can see that there's 41 students in total, so my answer is 41. The second question asks how many women study science. Again, looking at my science column and going down to women, I can see that there's 28 in total, so my answer is 28. The last question asks what fraction of the students studied art. If I go to the arts column, I can see that there's 55 students in total that chose this. That means that the top part of my fraction is going to be 55. I also know that there's 153 students in total. I can therefore say that the fraction is 55 out of the 153 students in total. Again, we can check our answers to make sure we've got all of this right. So, your second task for today is to complete the two-way tables worksheet, which is being displayed on the screen right now. You can download the full version in the Resources to Help You section on Show My Homework. This worksheet requires you to both complete and interpret two-way tables. Please pause the video now and have a go at it, and once you've done, you can download the answers from Show My Homework to see how you've got on. Don't forget to take a picture of your work for both the Venn diagrams and two-way tables worksheets that you've completed. You can upload these to Show My Homework so I can see how you've got on with the work. The last part of today's lesson is showing me that you've understood all of this work. You can do this by completing the 2 tasks that have been set for you on My Maths. The first task is called Introducing Data, and part of this will require you to interpret a Venn diagram. The second task is called Two-Way Tables, and you'll have to both complete and interpret them in order to get your answers. Please remember that the initial login is the school login, and that is Uppingham and Acute. You can then log into your portal to get the homework tasks, and those logins are attached to Show My Homework in the Resources to Help You section. When completing these tasks, it's really important that you click on the online homework and you submit both pages of answers, or it won't save your score. You should aim to get at least 70% or higher on both of these tasks. If they have disappeared from your homework list but you would like to improve your score, you can find them again by using the Results tab on the left hand side once you've logged into My Maths. If you are struggling to complete some of the work from today's lesson, then please do not hesitate to get in touch via comment on Show My Homework. I'll try to make myself as available as possible and get a reply to you as quickly as I can. If the issue requires a little bit more input from myself, I might ask to arrange a time to meet on Teams where I can give you some personalised help with that specific problem.